Yo, what up? It's your boy, the Destined Legend, Leon Rogers, and you're watching Soul of Comedy, Episode 5. With myself, this guy right here. This guy. I guess he is.
What's up, man? Today I get to interview my brother, my big brother in the industry, man. The Destined Legend, Leon Rogers. When I tell you this is my brother, my friend, 20 plus years, he's hilarious, he's a wealth of knowledge, and he's one of the best to ever do it. This is gonna be a treat. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll talk later, okay? I mean, because you look like a great singer. I could probably do some magical things. Stevie Wonder, good friend of mine. You know, I see him all the time. See what I did there?
When you first started comedy, you know, you had an old school dad.
All day, man. My man.
You know
My
what I'm
dog.
saying? And legends never die.
Yeah.
So, how was his reaction to you when you decided to do comedy, as opposed to getting the real job?
Oh man, that was the one time me and my dad, like, we stopped being friends. Cause at this point in time, you gotta understand, it's like 1995, 96. I'm fresh home from the military, come out the military, take a few months off just to chill, you know. Joe, I ain't been home in a while. And I get a job working for the Board of Education, 111 North Canal. CACI was the company, and we fixed all the computers for the Board of Education. So the same people that process your school loans and stuff for the state of Illinois, city of Chicago, I was working on their computers. Cisco routers, MSCSE certified, all that.
Techie.
Yeah, I was on that. Cisco email routers, everything. And shout out to my homie Byron. Shout out to my man Steve. Those are my bosses. And I was making like 64 a year. 95, 96. That's great money.
Shit.
I'm 20. I'm 25 at the time.
Yeah.
Just killing the game, right? Had this comedy bug though that bit me when I was in Lawton, Oklahoma, when I saw Michael Coyer. That was my first time ever going to see a live stand-up show. I saw Michael Coyer at this place called Night Tracks. And I was like, man, that shit look fun. And all my boys were like, man, you could do that clever, because I was the jokester in the unit. Came home, went to All Jokes Aside a couple of times to the Wednesday nights, and was watching cats go up there. It was terrible. I was like, oh, I'll be better than this just off my personality. Man, went and told my father one day after a couple of times going up to Jokes and Notes and finally getting put in the rotation as a weekly guest spot on the Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Man, decided to quit my job. Now, mind you, I got money saved up from the military. Then I was stacking a little bread. But you know, I was also living the life of a 25-year-old dude, man. Bought me a slick little whip.
Yeah.
I had the slick little, you know, Acura joint, you know what I'm saying? I had the nice little condo out there in, I lived off Richton Park, Lioncrest Towers. I'll never forget. First place I ever got evicted from. And yeah, so I quit my job, but I'm still blowing money like I got a check coming every 2 weeks. And meanwhile, starting out doing this comedy thing, I'm getting $50 here, $75 here, blowing it that night on drinks.
Just drinking that.
Whatever. Rooms for chicks I didn't want back in my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm wilding. You know what I'm saying? And I look up one day and I'm down to like $2,000.
Ooh, I know that feeling.
Sick as a dog.
You done ran, look.
Sick as a
it was just 20.
dog.
It was just 20 racks.
It's a bad man. This literally about 7-8 months past. I'm like, I'm down to $2,000 because I'm still shopping. I'm still poloed out.
Jordan.
Wallabies, I'm fresh. You can't tell me shit. I'm one of the livest comics on the scene. When I say, yo, Leon got the polo fleece on, you know what I'm saying? And my father was like, yo, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, he's snapping. Meanwhile, him and my mama combined is probably making 55. Working their jobs for 20-something years. He worked at United and the steel mill. Then he quit the steel mill, was straight United. My mom worked at Spiegel. And he's like, man, what's wrong with you? You know, because your father, most parents, you know, and I was lucky to have mine. I know you was lucky to have yours. Most young black men can't say that in our society today. They don't want to see you fail. And I think it wasn't coming from an ill place from my dad. He just didn't want to see his son fall on his face. He worked so hard for me to not have to work like that and give me a head start. You know what I'm saying? Like even letting me stay at his crib when I first came home from the military, he was like, stack your bread before you get you a spot. You know, I wanted to be easy for you out here. I see you got a little money saved up, you got your little whip. Stack up, man. You know, I got be cool. Just throw us a little something. You know, if you feel you want to help out, if I pay cable, electric, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And just respect the house, but you can stay here. But so now to tell him that I'm giving it all up to go chase this dream, he went ape shit. Like we fell out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like my old man. I'm stubborn. So, you know, my mom calling me to check up on me. You okay? You need anything? The pride in me.
Right.
I done looked in that bank account.
And saw that
2K. Mortgage coming up.
2K in the bank.
At 15. Mortgage 15. Condo was 4 at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking, I was like, something got hit. What am I gonna do? I'm good for another month. Then it got to the point where I'm hiding my car everywhere. Then they came and got that. Then one day I came in. About 3 months after that, after they give me my car, they put the little pink thing on my door. I had to pack up, move to this little shithole in Cal Park. Never told my father that though. It was just something in me so stubborn like him. I didn't want him to have the satisfaction of saying, I told your dumb ass. I didn't want to hear that. So I went through some BS, man. I'm selling shit. Like dudes was getting polo shirts from me for like $20 because I needed the money. Yeah. And then my mom kind of knew. I didn't want to tell her neither because it would break her heart. And I know how she is. She would have been sneaking, trying to help me out. And I didn't want to cause no rift between them. So I kept it cool. Then finally one day, he just came and told me, he was like, you out here fucked up? And I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? He said, dog, listen, I'm not mad at you because you want to do comedy. I'm mad at you because you gave up a good job to do it. You could have did both till you had to make a decision. But I didn't think like that.
Right, when we young, yeah.
But right when that happened, stuff started hitting for me. Like, shout out to Damon Williams, got me on my first year BET Comic View, and then stuff just started kind of falling into place. So, and the one thing my father said to me, even on his deathbed when he was dying his cancer, he said, I always appreciate the fact that you chased your dream. He said, I wanted to own my own restaurant. But I felt like when I got with your mom, we got married, we got pregnant, I didn't have time to chase dreams. I wanted my family to be good. And I can respect that because even right now, as a father, there's a lot of things that I want that I could go out here and buy. Right. But it would take away from my 3 A's, Ashley, Autumn, and Addison, and I don't want that. Like, I want a boat bad than my mother. I was looking at a 40-footer last year, my wife said, nigga, do you really need a boat? It ain't like we live in California, Florida, where you can really ride it. You're gonna get to ride it maybe 3 months out of the year. And with your schedule, not even that much. Do you really need a 40-footer? Right now, you got one in college, one about to go into college. She said, now, when the one that's about to go into college get in and we get her halfway through and you want a boat between her and the baby, that's fine. But right now, do you really need a boat? You still move around too much.
What you want to bust down first? You want to bust them both down?
It don't matter, man. Whatever you pour, I'ma drink. I'm not paying for anything, so I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, let's do this.
That's why God made me a man, because if I was a woman, I'd probably have 3 or 4 kids by people like you, L. They'd be like, what you want, baby? Whatever. Baby. Yeah, baby. I had your son right up in here with us filming this thing. Look at your daddy filming. He is filming. Go get your daddy.
When we start digging into the Destined Legend, right?
Yeah.
How did that name come about, bro?
So, actually, I got to shout out my man, Cedric the Entertainer. I did Cedric the Entertainer starting lineup in 2001, Biloxi, Mississippi. That was the first big exposure I had as far as being with a legend like Cedric. And I was laughing. I was joking about his name. I was like, "Why you come up with Cedric the Entertainer?" He said, "It fits. I'm an entertainer. Like, that's what I do. I'm not limited to one thing." I said, "Man, I want to kind of like a nickname, but I don't want to be corny. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a legend in the game." He said, "Well, man, there it is, man. Leon the Legend." And I was like, "Nah." I said, "The destined legend. Like, I'm destined to be a legend." Then it just stuck. Now I have to correct people because people think I'm saying the Dusty Legend. Like, I play Dusty's on the radio. I'm like, nah, that's Herb Kent. Rest in peace. The God.
Yeah, that's
right?
Yeah.
The absolute boss when it comes to radio.
Be the coolest OG.
Yeah, but I'm the destined legend. Like, I'm destined to be great. So, you know what I'm saying? I just stuck. And I say it every time I say my name to make people just listen to it.
You gotta put some respect on it.
Not to toot my own horn or break my elbow, pat myself on the back. But anytime you speak on the three things in Chicago: comedy, TV, radio. You don't bring my name up in it, you just a hater.
Makes sense.
When you talk about the story, if you tell the story of Chicago comedy, you tell the story of Chicago radio, you tell the story of Chicago TV, you gotta mention your boy.
And you know what, black people, we know it's Christmas when we hear one song on the radio, Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. When you hear that, it's Christmas. Y'all know how it goes. Let me see if y'all know it. It goes a little something like this. Hang all the mistletoe. See, that's that shit. Look, the white people sing it too. You be dancing, you be like, it's Christmas. You be happy than a motherfucker. But if Don Juan was to do it pimping style, it'd be totally different because pimps got to put their flair on everything that they do. I can see that shit right now. Here's Donny Hathaway's This Christmas, Don Bishop Magic Wand pimp style. In your face. Go a little something like this. Come on, y'all, put y'all hands together like that. Pimp Christmas. Gather up all my hoes. These bitches gon' work on Christmas Day. These bitches must walk up and down the street. Get $100 for every trick today. These bitches must walk the streets day and night. And they better have my money right. And these bitches will be selling all that pussy for me, yeah. See my hand, see my hand. Hey, y'all, that's my time. Wild Hunters in the building. Free Ollie Smith. My name, Leon Rogers. Holla.
You did radio big on 2 different platforms. You did Power.
First job I ever had. Shout out to Jay Allen. Shout out to my girl Courtney Hicks, who I'm not doing radio if it's not for her. Courtney Hicks put me on, gave me the bug. Jay Allen gave me my first job. Shout out to Ferris, my whole family over at Power 92. Then Elroy Smith,
Shout out to
a legend,
Yeah.
brought me on to WGCI where I first started working with Crazy Hal McGee. And shout out to my big brother Tony Schofield, who told Elroy, hey, we need him over here.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for Tony, who before me was in radio, like Adele Gibbons, taking her spot and doing his thing with Crazy Hal McGee, then he moved on to have his own show, and I filled the void he left on Crazy Howard's show. And from there, 16 years later, I'm still there.
That's nuts.
So it's an amazing feeling to have youngsters come up to me in their 30s and say, man, you got me through high school, you got me through college. That's that feel good, man.
Yeah.
You're my Doug Banks, you're my Tom Joyner. So like for us growing up, it was Bob Wall, Tom Joyner, Doug Banks, Ramonski Love, Disco Dave, Pink House. These are the people we grew up listening to, right?
Yeah.
So now to have somebody come and tell you they hold you in that regard, that they're younger, man, that feels great, man. I mean, it aged the shit out you, but you feel great, man. It feels great.
Go dumb.
Jesus Christ had dreads, shake 'em. I ain't got none, but I'm thinking about growing some.
Hey, bro. Shout out to E40, man. That's got to be the most unique nigga in the
Ever.
Of all time.
Him and Old Dirty Bastard. I would have loved to have them do a song together.
Old Dirty and E40.
Dirty with his say dirty bastard drinking liquid out of
The scribalization.
right.
What?
The epiglottis gets clogged up with all this knowledge.
Hilarious.
He like E40 is like that fine line between a hood newscaster. Coming in, checking the news, it's E40.
What's the weather like?
The weather's looking high outside with a low pressure system. Do you get them? Like, what the fuck?
Bro. Constructing the joke.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
So, for me, as far as constructors, because it took me a while early in my career. I'm not a energy fire guy. I'm an energy guy, but not that Tony Roberts energy. Like,
Right, he's jumping around.
that dude,
like, from time
and I'm
to
just
time
talking about, it's like bow, 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 clap, 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 all through the set, right? If you don't hear clapping every 50 seconds at the Tony Roberts show, he's sick. Something wrong with him.
Something wrong. Yeah.
Because he's bow, bow, bow. I'm more like Tony Woods, an exquisite storyteller. Takes a while to get to the point, but I just feel like I have a little bit more energy than Tony Woods. Tony Woods is real laid back, right? And that's part of his thing. And for a while, it took me a while to learn that that's what I was doing, because I would be on stage telling jokes and the crowd would be quiet. So in my mind, I think I'm bombing.
Fucking up, right, yeah.
Damon Williams, Kenny Howard told me, he was like, hey man, you controlling the crowd. They're listening. You've got them into your story, and then when you want them to laugh, they laugh. He said, so don't psych yourself out. Because I did. I used to think I was terrible. He's like, no, you're a storyteller. So I'm more of a storyteller. I'll take a premise and I'll stretch it. So I could take something like, I do a joke about the People's Court. And I go, the People's Court, like, I hate the show. It's a frivolous show. People just on there suing people for any damn thing. I say, I'm going to go on there and sue God. Then I paint the picture.
Yeah.
And do the whole intro of us coming to the court. Do. I do the sounds and everything.
Yeah, you do.
Which I take a premise like that and I stretch it. That's for about 5-6 minutes, telling the story. So that's how I do. You know what I'm saying? There's no one thing that motivates me to write jokes. I might see something, right? And then I'll take that and try to stretch it, find as many funny things I can possible about it, throw it all on the paper, and then start putting the puzzle together. But still, at the end of the day, when I talk, I like my set to be conversational. Like we sitting here kicking.
Being in entertainment and having a family. The ups and the downs, bro. Let's take it from the bottom.
Oh.
The worst of the worst, the rock bottom,
Oh.
to where we are today.
So, this is real easy for me. Maybe if you caught me 4 or 5 years ago, this would have been tough to talk about because I hadn't had the discussion. I don't think, me personally, I don't think money is the issue when coming up, right?
Okay.
I think it's the fame. I think fame affects you more adversely than money. And let me tell you why. I feel like I've always been a provider. I've always worked. I've never had a problem with getting out here, getting my hands dirty. So I kept me some money. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got guys that hustle. They keep them some money. But to give you a perspective of what I mean about how fame can change you, All-Star, last year, right? Right before COVID hit, All-Star was here in Chicago, right? Huge party, Michael Jordan party, right?
Yeah.
Cats I know for a fact carried 25, 30 racks on them, like it's nothing, in line. I walk up, my lady, Leon, who you got with you? Straight in.
Yeah.
Dudes with the money still outside. Not make 10 times more money, and I work. I do okay. I know they make 10 times more. Some legally, some illegally. But I know they make way more money than me, right?
Yeah, we know them people.
Walk right in.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, my notoriety and my fame put me ahead of them in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Now, can I walk into the Maserati dealer and drop 100,000 cash? Nah, I'm making payments. But still, at the end of the day, If I walked into the Maserati dealer and I've done an endorsement deal with them or something, I'll get 30% off my car where they won't. They know they got the money. So fame kind of can mess you up. And fame messed me up because when I first started doing comedy, you know, I was Leon Rogers. Then we all get this streak. Every comic has this streak in their comedy career where they just on fire. Every stage you going on, you tearing the shit down. You got women in the comedy club literally sitting with their guys. Oh my God, he's so funny. Like niggas want to punch their woman in the head because she's enamored with how you make her laugh. Then her friends. It's so easy to holler at somebody just because of what you just did on that stage. Yeah. I went through that phase and went crazy. And you know, my wife is special. Cause I don't know if I could have sat through some of the shit I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had no babies and nothing on nobody's watch, you know what I'm saying? But just, I was super disrespectful. I was just out here. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a certain point, when you're a no-name comedian, you can kind of be out here. Don't nobody know you. But when you get to a point where you start doing things, now it's, yo, Leon, ain't he married to so? Now imagine your significant other.
And motherfuckers in the club doing this.
Oh, the invention of Facebook, and mind you, this the era before Instagram and all this shit popping.
Right.
This is MySpace era.
The motherfucker got the flip phone. With
the flip phone, they got the Razor. Sending grainy footage, you can at least lie on that. These iPhones now, these goddamn Androids with the 3, you can't lie. Shit, boy, it got the moles on your face.
You can't cheat in peace now.
It
you
can't.
Just be faithful.
With location, all this, man. And then even if you ain't cheating, like how we sitting here right here, somebody will take a snapshot of this and superimpose this bad bitch on your body.
Yeah, you can do that.
You keep your same clothes and everything, slim you down, be like, Leon, I was sitting in the movie theater with this hoe. Right. So it's like, that I kind of lost my mind, and it took me almost losing her and them to say, yo, man, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And mind you, this ain't years ago. Like, you could be a dummy at 40.
Listen,
like, I don't know if you. I'm not even for the front. Like, I'll be 50 in July. But literally about 4 or 5 years ago, I was out my body. Even brothers understand, like her brother was like, hey, look, man, I get it, bro. But
that's my sister.
I said, I'm gonna have to be a hypocrite on this one because her feelings hurt.
Yeah.
So like either leave her alone or just leave her alone. Cause you can't get better with the cheating.
Damn.
You know, that's a lot of times that's how we think. I'm sorry, we get slicker.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like this. I'll never buy Apple Watch again. Apple, please don't call me to endorse your Apple Watch product. Fuck Apple Watch.
God damn.
Because that's how my empire crashed. I will never wear a fucking Apple Watch.
The empire
There's
crashed.
nothing but Michael Kors, Movado, Rolex on up, Gucci. Nothing digital.
Bro said that's how my empire crashed. God damn.
My wife, I've known her since she was 19. So literally over half of her life, I've been involved in it. So to go through all of that, and then in the later years, because I'm 7 years older than her, right? Mm-hmm. So then in the later years, to start fucking up and waste half this woman's life, you know what I'm saying? 3 kids, literally wasted her life if we divorced her. I wasted her life.
Acrimony.
That's just, it's a terrible thing to think of. But at the end of the day, you know when what's wrong is wrong. And when I literally started acting right, it sound crazy, dog, but a lot of pressure came up off me. You know, it's hard juggling. Now, I never lied to anybody. I'm gonna be 100. I never lied. Anybody I did dirt with, understood, knew what I was, knew I wasn't going nowhere. This is what me and you are.
Right.
But still trying to keep that away from her was work. And when I stopped having to worry about keeping that away from her, it's like, oh shit, this actually feel kind of good to not have to lie or not have to clench my butt cheeks when my phone ring at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? My phone can ring at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just hoping ain't one of my homeboys dead or something. Ain't nobody stranded, but it's probably my drunk cousin calling like, "Cuz, where you at?" You know what I'm saying?
Street, yeah.
But before, it was like, "Oh my God, that is not Robert. That's Taisha.
Oh, this bitch got it.
This bitch is nuts." I told her, I don't feel like being stressed like that no more, man. I just don't. That shit was stressful. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, being a player was stressful. And then you get the side chick that's mad because you got another side chick. And then I'll be like, "Oh, you thought you ain't no Audemars Steve's, bitch."
Yeah.
You mad at me? So? What Wesley doing? I get another one. That was the mentality. And that's wrong, you know. Now, like I said, as a father of 3 daughters, my wife said something to me one day. It was so cold, dog, it slapped the shit out of me. She said, "Let me ask you a question." She said, and I'm not even mad, because at this point, I'm starting to not get mad. And I read in the book somewhere, like, that's a problem.
That's the problem, when they not mad.
When she not mad no more, that mean you one step away from being out of here. Yeah. She said, "Would you let your daughters date a guy that was just like you?" What was you doing overseas?
There's a commercial in Budapest.
I was like, this nigga in Budapest. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I thought you was moving dope over there, and then just
that would have been special, but no.
But them niggas will kill you over there.
Yeah, no, I was just Sputnik and them.
Yes, right.
David Dorf.
The black one with the bald head. Send him to us.
Yes, bring us his head.
If you do not come back with our money, I will paint my face with the blood of your kidneys and eat your kidneys in tradition in Bulgaria.
Let's talk about when your star starts to rise and people around you start acting different, man. Did that happen?
Well, they say you acting different, which really sticks in my craw, especially for me and a lot of other entertainers. When you start growing, and you start growing as a person, and growing in your career and what you want to do, I think it's very unfair for people to say you changing. Yeah, I am changing for the better. The question is, you being my friend, are you vibing off this energy and trying to change too? Because the reason that people say you've changed is because they're not changing. They're not evolving. They're stuck. And I can honestly say at one point in time in my career, I was that person. You know, I'm looking at people, I won't name names, but friends of ours in the industry, are like, "Oh man, you changed, you this and that." And when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, yeah, they did change, but they're changing for the better. They're better than themselves. Meanwhile, I'm expecting them to be the same people that they were. I'm expecting them to sit at the bar with me and kick it. When, nah, they like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
So I can't be at this bar just hanging out no more. And I realized that late in my career, but I realized it enough to start taking the same principles and the same mindset, and then I watched. You know what I'm saying? I watched the space I sat in. You know what I'm saying? After I did that, and then I watched some people who was like, "Man, you changed, you all this, you think you all that," and they're like, "Nah, man, I'm just focused on my goal." Find you a goal and get focused on it, and you wouldn't even understand or know about my changes because you're not sitting there watching TV. You part of making the program. There's a big difference. So, yeah, man, that kind of sticks in my craw. I'm not gonna say I haven't lost a few friends by the wayside, but not because we hate each other. It's just you outgrow people.
Some nigga shit you gonna do for life. But a lot of the nigga shit you gonna outgrow.
I'll be honest. You can still do nigga shit.
Right.
You can't do it that much. So whereas it took up 3 hours of my day doing nigga shit now, it only takes up 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes of nigga shit for you. Real talk. Let's go do it. Let's go hang out at this bar. Let's go hang out at this strip club. But hey, man, it's 12:45. I know I got to be at work at 5:30. I'm going to bed. And I'm really cheating myself because I try to be in the bed by 10:30. But y'all, my guys, I'm going to kick it with you. But we're not going to do this every night because guess what? This affects what I have to do in the morning. And that affects my check, which affects my living situation and everybody else.
Family.
So you know, I mean, the idea that I have to totally shut myself off from my friends, no, I'm never with that, because I got lifelong friends that have been with me through every step of the way. But those same friends understand when I walk away and go in the house, or I say no to this or no to that. I like to indulge like anybody else, but I just ain't gonna do it everywhere. Because in the days of Instagram and all that, that stuff get out. But in the privacy of my home, they know I rock with them, but they know I'm not gonna be here all night neither.
Yeah.
So and then that's when you find out who your friends are and who people you just cool with. It's a big difference.
COVID 2020,
Yeah.
March to current day, how has that affected the work? Because you're every day, every morning on WGCI with Kendra and Cal. You're doing the Fox Soul later with Leon. How has that affected everything?
Well, stand up, it killed it. Like the comedy clubs were closed, and I don't care what nobody say. Doing a virtual show ain't the same thing.
It's weird.
As a comic, you need the energy. You need people in the room. Far as radio, it clipped us for a minute till our powers that be figured out technology is amazing. So, we work from home now. It sounds like we're right in the studio together. Later with Leon, the same thing. We're in a digital space using Zoom, using different platforms to film shows. And it's quite actually a lot easier to get people who you probably wouldn't get on your show because they're at home. They don't have to leave. Me personally, COVID provided a reset for my life. It was a hard stop.
Yeah.
And I think some of us needed that. I think I was a person that needed that, because I do my radio show, I leave work, I'm out in the streets all day, come home for maybe about an hour. I DJ too, so then I'm out spinning, doing shit, coming back in the house at 12. Where's your family at and all this? And I think really for a lot of people, it was a nice reset that was needed. I appreciate my family more. Like, I learned more about my kids, being around them more. Now it's driving them crazy. So this is where me and my oldest daughter are alike. We love being at home.
Yeah.
We're chilling. Your house should be your fortress of solitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be most comfortable place on earth, right? Definitely. So that's how I got my crib set up where, like, if I don't have to leave this motherfucker for a year, I'm good. Like, so me and my daughter, we cool with that. My middle daughter, my wife, after a while, I was getting to them. Especially my teen daughter, because they're used to being with their friends. You know what I'm saying? Interaction. My 8-year-old, for her, it's just like, I ain't got to get up and go to school. You got to go to school, but to her, like, it's like being at home. That's fun. She could eat cereal while she at school and all that. My wife, driving her crazy, because, of course, the movie industry shut down. She wasn't working.
Just not getting back.
She wasn't working, and now her, and once again, sometimes it's a release for mothers to leave the house. You've been dealing with the kids all day, so to get out and go with your girls and have some wine somewhere, that's cool. But for me, because my job is being around people all fucking day,
being home is shit.
I love it. I ain't gotta talk to nobody. I ain't got no phone. None of this shit. I ain't gotta be phony with nobody. Hey, Bob, I don't even know. I'm at the crib. I don't have the pressure of having to go do a comedy show or leave I'm at home. So it affects people different ways. But I think for me, it was a good hard reset. It made me appreciate my home more. And as far as the entertainment industry, I think it's going to be forever changed. I think this digital space that we're in now, the next person to figure out how to maximize it, that's going to be the new wave. Yeah. I think movie theaters, I'm sorry, I think they shot. It's gonna be tough for big name movie theaters like AMC and stuff. Yeah. It's gonna be tough, man. I'm a father I take care of 5 people.
Right.
We all go see Avengers, right? I'm out of $70
just on tickets.
On the tickets. Now we get the snacks and shit.
Snacks.
That's $150 something when they got it streaming for $30. We in the house. I can invite all the little kids over. Spend that money on a big 75-inch flat screen in the basement, everybody, and then we can watch the movie twice. I think it's going to change the industry a little bit. I think whoever figures that out first on which way to go is going to make a lot of money.
You have 3 daughters.
Yes. My girls, the 18.
I'm pretty sure that you're the cool dad, because I'm the cool dad. But
I'm the embarrassing dad.
you're the embarrassing dad?
Yeah, they hate when I come on the scene.
Dad, that is
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I used, so let me not act like I didn't embarrass my baby. Because anytime she was doing something, I'd be like, that's my baby! Yeah, okay. All right, but have any of those kids picked up the funny?
You know what?
Do they have the bug?
All my kids are creatives. Because my wife's a makeup artist. So she works on movie sets and whatever. So we don't have your typical job. So my oldest daughter, she's in school now for video game concept and design. She wants to create, make video games. I thought it was some bullshit when she first said she was going to school for that. I was like, man, get that easy ass class out of here. No. But then when I did the homework and the research, found out how much they make coming out of school, they get on with a good, you create a Mario or something. So
I used to work for a company called Big Idea, coming fresh out of high school. And they made this gospel Christian cartoon called VeggieTales.
What? I don't have a belly button. That's my shit. I've been trying to tell you something.
So you know
what? Come on, man. VeggieTales is shit.
They're like in Barrington or whatever. It was way far out. So I used to go to their studio every day. I was making good money just making sure the machine was filled up. And if you need a new chair, let me order a new chair.
Right.
That was my job. I was making crazy money, right? The guys and the girls in there that were creating these cartoons, a lot of them was coming from Disney. Do you know how much you have to pay a motherfucker
to leave Mickey? Because Mickey is the cult. Mickey is the cult. I got a picture of my daughter reaching up to Mickey like this at the parade, and I said, that symbolizes, I'm waiting for a trigger word. I'm waiting for Mickey to come on TV one day in a commercial and be like, cupcake, and kids just start stabbing the shit out their parents like some Manchurian Candidate shit. I really believe that's gonna happen.
It's that strong. And listen, when you walk through the parking lot, the cars, it was nothing less than a BMW or a Mercedes in that lot.
Well, that's what she does. She the digital animation, she draws, turns it, you know what I'm saying? She's an incredible artist. My middle one wants to be a chef. She's constantly whipping up stuff in the kitchen, like making homemade tortilla chips, like.
She's going crazy.
Yeah, so now my third one, that's the one I gotta figure out. But she has the sarcasm gene from her mama. And she has the funny quotes. One day I told her, I said, hey man, you've been walking around here for 2 days in them same clothes. You got a tinge to you. I said, you need to address that and get in the shower. So she runs out the room and she runs back in the room. She said, okay, Dad, I heard what you said. I'll address this when you address the weight room. I couldn't do shit but laugh, bro. Because I was sitting there with a wife beater on and some shorts with a cup in my hand. She said, I'll address that when you address the weight room, and then dip back out the room. I was like, you little heifer. So if anybody's going to be the comic, it's going to be her, the youngest one. But the other two, I think they locked into what they want to do, which is a blessing.
Yeah. You want your kids to
have some semblance, just something. Listen, I don't care. Just like my dad used to tell me, I don't care what you do in life. Just be the best at it. He said, if you a bum, be the best damn bum. Be the coldest, have the slickest way of asking for money. Ride in the freshest train cars, you know what I'm saying? Sleep on the nicest benches.
Remember when they called themselves taking the Twinkies out the game?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Motherfucking host is almost folded, goddammit. But at the end of the day,
white people had a cake that looked like them. You think they finna let them take it off the shelves? Now let that have been ho-hos or ding-dongs. Get them out of here.
That dark shit out here.
Bring it back in February.
Right, for King Day, one day.
Bring it back in February. Bring the ding-dongs back in February.
Oh, Black History.
Do they make chocolate Twinkies?
They do.
Yeah, they call zingers.
No. They have actual chocolate Twinkies.
Okay.
And them motherfuckers fire.
Okay.
It's a gas station, South Holland got them.
I got it. Well, that's some fat shit right there. You have a Twinkie locator on your app on your phone. What the fuck?
Well, I know exactly.
This is terrible. That's some fat shit. I thought you was coming down.
We did some research.
Okay.
And found out that you was.
Hold on. Wait. What type of research? Because I know who you talk to. You know people I know. So I want to make sure
I
this.
ain't gonna go that far.
Mama, whatever you about to hear right now, if I blink like this, he's lying. Because my mama watch all my shit. You know my mama.
She proud too. That's
She
my
proud, yeah. But he lying. My baby ain't do no cocaine off a stripper's ass in Atlanta at Magic City
No, he didn't.
on tour with Damon Williams and George Wilborn.
Everybody gonna go about this bus. Oh shit. But no, we ain't gonna go that far.
Right. Thank you.
The research we did, we found out that you was in the original Tuskegee area.
The original. Say that again.
He was in the
HBO, the original Tuskegee Airmen. Lawrence Fishburne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Courtney Vance, Michael Allen Payne, Mekhi Phifer, Cuba Gooding Jr., and the dude from Hardcastle and McCormick, and the dude that played Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore. I don't know the white guy's names, but I know all the brothers' names.
Fam, okay.
Nothing against the white dudes. I just
didn't know their names.
I rocked with the brothers, man.
Yeah, and so Tuskegee Airmen, bro. Tell me about that, because how did that happen?
How'd that happen?
How did that happen? How did you get in that?
My last year in the military, it was 1994 going into 95, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. We had heard something about they were supposed to be shooting a movie on our base and going up to Muskogee, Oklahoma to the airfield to shoot the rest. Man, I'm like probably 6 months out ETS and getting out the military. I'm fucking around. Supposed to be doing some work, but done slacked off, and I'm cracking jokes with these dudes outside that worked with the camera crew, the guys who move stuff and all that. But we was making so much noise. One of the PAs come outside and was like, yo, what the fuck is going on out here? We trying to shoot. They was like, yo, this dude is hilarious. We sorry. They was like, well, yeah, you want to be in the movie? And I guess he thought I was going to freeze up, right? And I was like, hell yeah, what I got to do? He's like, well, you got to come in here and stand in front of these people. I came in there, being Leon. I wasn't nothing different. I wasn't over the top. And the motherfucker was like, hey, man, you want to be in a movie? I was like, yeah. He was like, can you teach people how to be a soldier? I was like, hell yeah. I've been doing this shit for 8 years. Yeah, I can teach somebody how to be a soldier. They said, cool. Get clearance from your first sergeant in your unit. You straight. I go back. He was like, I don't give a shit what you do. You about to be out of here anyway. Right. Cool. Fill out the paperwork. Next thing you know, me, some other guys from Fort Sill, they took like 8 of us were considered, they took like 12 or 20 overall, but 8 of us were considered, I forgot the name that they used. Not so much, we were still extras because we didn't have speaking lines. Okay. But we were going to be next to the main stars all the time. Literally, Malcolm Jamal Warner and them, we trained with them for 2 weeks. Like they were in our unit to teach them how to be soldiers. Make beds, left turn, right turn. They had drill sergeants and everything. They went through.
You had 2 jobs.
Well, no, I got released from my duties kind of because I wasn't going to be there.
No, I'm saying 2 jobs on the set. Like you was teaching them how to be
soldiers, yeah.
And then you was also being an actor.
Yes. So, and that was for me and all the guys there, and we hit it off. Actually, me and Mekhi Phifer were bunkmates, and I got cool with him. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned how to play CeeLo. Shout out to Mekhi Phifer, man, good brother. Courtney Vance, like all them brothers was cool, man.
Courtney B. Vance.
Courtney B. Vance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Courtney B. Vance.
Michael B. Jordan. Courtney B. Vance.
Like I said, Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner, who I found out was from the land.
He from here?
Yep. His brother Gabray. They all played. Gabray played baseball like at Brainerd Park, Oakdale Park. So he like a city boy. So
Oakdale, that's my hood.
Man, that's my Washington Heights, man. 98th and Loomis. Stop playing.
9816 South Morgan.
9817 South Loomis. Went to St. Margaret of Scotland, right there on 99th and Troop, man.
You know what? This shit get deeper and deeper.
But I didn't go to Waco or Wendell Green. I didn't go to Morgan Park and none of that. I took my ass to Quigley South.
Yeah, no, my mom had. I didn't do the Waco.
But no, man, that's how I got into the film, man. It went off from there. And what was so cold about it, I'll send you the video. We're interviewing Lawrence Fishburne and some other people for some movie that he was in, and I said L, and I said, not you, but I was like Lawrence Fishburne, L. I go, you remember this? And I start singing the song from the Tuskegee
I'm not
Airmen.
gonna let you just casually graze over the fact that you call Lawrence Fishburne L.
Yeah, I did.
Yo, L.
Yeah, I said, yo, L. And he looked at me. He looked at me crazy when I said it, but I'm like, nigga, you on my show.
Yeah.
You with me, Kendra, and Cal. And then I started singing the Tuskegee Airmen song, and he joined in, sang it word for word. So everybody in the studio looking at us like we crazy. And then he's like, yo, you remember that shit? I was like, I was in the Tuskegee Airmen. He's like, yo, I remember that. Yo, we played basketball. And then we just started talking. Like, so stuff like that feels good. Like, sometimes I don't care if people don't know my name, as long as if we share a memory, something that tweaks like, oh, I remember that. Sometimes that's kind of bigger than them knowing your name, because that stuck with him. Like, he remembered the song. He's like, yeah.
You was there.
Yeah, he talked about my feet, because everybody knew who I was in the movie from how I walked.
Yeah, listen, Leon.
Oh, man. There's a lot of great.
And the freshest of shoes with his toes pointed.
The toes scuffed up because they keep scraping each other. There's a lot of famous pigeon-toed people. I might add Michael Jordan, Spike Lee. A lot of Prince was pigeon-toed.
Really?
Rest in peace.
I didn't know Prince was pigeon-toed. Okay, that's interesting.
Even in the thigh-high boots, he was pigeon-toed.
That's funny. Bro, I done gang bang and then shootouts. Not many feelings as bad as when you try to tell jokes
and people look at you like you ain't shit.
Nigga!
That is the worst.
I didn't know that shit was gonna affect me like that. Bro, tell me about your first bomb.
First bomb ever. First bomb or worst bomb?
Worst bomb. Let's go with the worst.
Okay, worst bomb, because the first bomb wasn't the worst bomb. It was actually turning out to be funny because of my dad. But the worst bomb, Corey Holcomb used to host this place on 167th and Halsted. I think it was called the Genesis or something. Okay. I'm fresh off Comic View doing my Jordan thing, right? So I'm hot.
Right.
Think I'm the shit. I go in there, Corey bring me up, show me love. Bomb. Come back the next week, because it's an open mic. Go up again. This time be co-hosting. He was filling in for Corey. Bomb. Ah, damn this, man. Go up there the third time. Corey back. Eat noodles. This lady get up. I'll never forget. She be like, baby, you ain't no Martin Lawrence, baby. And I said, damn. So Corey come up and said, it's all right, dog. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can see this in your homeboy's eyes. He fucking with you too. He's like, it's shy, dog. Happened to the best of it.
Not me though.
Yeah. So he shitting on me.
Corey an asshole.
Yeah, he asshole. But we cool, so it's all good. I know it ain't malicious. That's what we do. You bust each other's ball. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to give it a week, then I'm going to go back, because I'm going to conquer this room, right? This room not going to beat me. That's the rule. You bomb somewhere, you got to go back and conquer that bitch.
Motorcycle. You got to get right back on that bitch.
So I wait a week, come back.
Yeah.
It's like a month. Because I did the 3 weeks, took a week off, come back. Bruh, the place, I cannot make this up. The place is literally closed down and they turn it into a strip club. That's what Skybox is. So every time I go on the Skybox, I go to this one little room, I'm like, I can't get that off my record. I have a permanent scar. I'm sealed of comedy. I got a permanent fucking scar on my face. Cause I can't,
you never get
cause it's the VIP room where you just, unless I'm gonna stand in there and tell jokes, my niggas got ass bouncing on them. And then like, who's gonna laugh at that? So I have that permanent on my record. And it's so funny and ironic to me that I came back that next week. I'm like, I'm hype. I'm like, I got a new little set combined with my old set. I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers. Closed. Skybox Dance Club Lounge coming soon. I want to cry. I'm the only kind of life. It's not easy being green. I was upset.
Boy, it's one Hispanic treat that, damn it, I don't care where it's at. I want to know who made this shit, because it is the best. You ever see the little homie with the big ass sticks of corn? Ooh, shit. He put that ice cream or whatever that shit is on there and throw that cocaine powder on that shit, boy. That shit all over my mouth. Eat that corner. I eat the corner. Take the cream cheese, take the butter corner. I mean, it be bigger, like I don't even know where the fuck they get this corn from. This corn be long. And he just be on the stick. And he be like, my friend, you want some corn? I be like, yes. And you ever find yourself start talking Spanish to a Spanish woman? You be like, yes, I would like the corn. Give me the corn. He put all that ice cream or whatever that white shit is on the side of it. And then it's cold, because it's cold how he do the cocaine powder. He don't do the cocaine. It's gotta be cocaine, because it's delicious. You don't even want it if he ain't got the little red cocaine powder. You don't want that shit.
So let's talk about Later with Leon.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like when you signed? You knew this shit was happening.
Once again, we just coming off of Women's International Day, right? National Women's Day,
Yeah.
International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And once again, there's another beautiful black queen that I don't get this opportunity if she's not in my life. Darlene Hill used to do.
I love Darlene.
Used to do Fox. Darlene is out in
Ohio
Cleveland now, in Ohio now,
Yeah.
doing her thing.
Yeah.
And she used to have this segment on Fox in the morning, Good News in the Morning, and it was called The Man Cave. So she would bring me and my buddy Jason Prenzo on, and she would just throw topics out there, and we kick them back and forth. And I kind of made a name for myself, you know, being quick-witted and stuff like that. And then the managers started having me come in and sit with the news team in the morning for topics that was going on. Just hot, you know, little 2-3 minute segment. Then I go back upstairs to GCI because we're in the same building. Then one day they called me and they was like, look, we love your outtake, your perspective on things. We love the fact that you're in the community in this. Would you mind having your own TV show? And I was like, I immediately thought about Eddie Murphy and the Trading Places. Like, get the fuck out of here. This Billy Ray Valentine base. Like, literally, because I thought they was playing a game. Because they always had little special. I say, this is a prank show. I say, if this is a prank, I'm gonna fuck y'all up. We're gonna move some furniture. Because, like, this is what every comic lives for. And they said, yeah. So it took us about 4 to 5 months. And that's why I never talked about it, because I had to sign a non-disclosure. Like, I felt so bad, I couldn't even tell my mama.
Right.
The only person I told
Was your wife.
was my wife, because I know she gets it. But my mama, I felt like I would have told her, and just in small talk. So you know, Leon done got a TV show now, and that
and been testifying.
I ain't want to have to scratch my mama's face
Yeah.
for fucking up the church's money. But then when it dropped, I was just so relieved that it really was going to happen. And my thing was, I don't look at it, and I still don't look at it as a local show in Chicago. It's not. So now that COVID kind of shut down the Fox Studios, the managers there was graceful enough to say, look, there's this new platform called Fox Soul. When we open back up, you'll still do your show from here, but it's gonna be on Chicago and Fox Soul. And Fox Soul is a streaming platform like a Hulu, like a Netflix, but it's all black entertainment. It's gonna do what BET did, it's gonna take it to the next level, trust me. Fox Soul has got some stuff coming on. So myself, Claudia Jordan, there are a lot of people on there right now. And I got my show on there, we're rolling strong. So now I'm on every Monday on Fox Soul, 9 o'clock Central. You can stream it on their YouTube channel. It's awesome. I've had everybody from Ed Lover to Kwame to Yo-Yo. I had the Plastic Cup Boys on. Just last week, I had members of Junior Mafia on with my man, Rob Stapleton. I always try to have a comic on, This week, I got Corey Holcomb and the champ Shannon Briggs on. So, man, Roy Jones coming down the pipeline.
Let's go, champ.
Deion Sanders coming down the pipeline. So, I'm literally talking to people, and my show is barbershop talk, kind of like what we're doing right now. There's no holds bars, no limit on the conversation, because it's a streaming platform. You know what I'm saying? It's like cable. So my goal is to just show young black African Americans and kids from inner cities that you don't have to have a college degree to make it.
Right.
You got to have what I call the 5 Ps, L. You got to have a passion. You got to put pride in that passion. You got to have perseverance, because you're going to hear no way many times before you hear yes, right? Then after you get past them first 3, that's when the profit comes. You're going to make your money, right? And the last one is the one that's most important to me, is philanthropy. Go give back. It's your time. You don't have to be money. If you got the money to go throw $1 million at somebody, cool. But I think your time is more valuable. I think when kids see you walk, like I've been to schools and kids be like, why you come here? Like they can't believe somebody that they watch on TV. And I'm not all that, but I just think it's important for you to walk in and let them touch and feel and be like, oh, he's just like us. You just gotta have a purpose. You know, I want you to go to college. Don't get it twisted. If any young people watching this, go to college, get that paper. But in this day and age now with the digital world and being able to be like from the brother that's working the camera to his wife that works the sound to my man that owns the theater, man, this is a hustle. At the end of the day, immerse yourself in the craft and learn it. And sometimes experience is the best teacher. I got my job working. When I first got out of the military, I didn't get my job because I had a college degree. I got my job because the employer looked and said, you've been working on these systems for 8 years. So I got way more advantage than that person coming out of college that's book smart. They probably know all the terminology and new shit that's coming out, but put it in front of me, I know how to work it. Immediately. I know what happens when this switch goes out and that goes out because I've troubleshoot stuff. I've been working on it for 8 years. You know, so. It's kind of like being a mechanic or painting cars. It's just some things you can't learn in the classroom. You got to get your hands dirty.
You have to touch it. I mean, comedy is the same way.
Yep.
You can't just.
You can't be taught in the class.
Yeah, no, you can't teach that. You have to hit the stage. You have to feel the laughter.
You got to bomb.
The high.
And the lows.
The low, the bombs.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Serious question. We got, we've been laughing and shit.
Right.
But it's time to get serious. We both from Chicago.
Yeah.
What's the best side to live on?
The best side to live on? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say the South Side. But let me say something. No, hold on. To all my West Side people, I've had some wonderful excursions on your side of town, but I don't want to live there.
I definitely
don't live on the South Side. I've had some.
290.
Shout out to the
290
Oh,
Tiffany is the shit.
Little bow-leg nigga standing out front with the DVDs.
There you
I used to go to 290 after Riddles on Sunday nights. Now, you know how late we used to get out of Riddles? 290 would still be open.
Bussin'. Them niggas don't go to sleep, though. They be at 3 o'clock in the morning like it's 2 in the
Them
afternoon.
chicks' feet used to be dirty as hell. But they was walking around in lingerie. It was like a bootleg strip club. Their feet would be dirty. I was like, you gonna get hepatitis walking on this floor, baby.
You know what? I want to say lockdowns originated out west.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure.
But I want to live on the South Side.
The winds keep coming, baby.
All right. That was unique. That was. How did Damon receive that when you did that in front of Damon? Did you do that in front of Damon?
No.
Because Damon is the most, I don't like doing nothing hood in front of him. Because Damon, that's cool. Damon always look at me like I'm shaming my ancestors. Even though I know he with it, the looks he gives like, so yeah, you still doing that nigga shit. Doing that nigga shit. And I be like, no, Damon, I've evolved. Trust me.
They said they check out your IG page and you show a lot of landscape photography. They want to know what's going to come out with your book.
So for those of y'all, that follow me on IG, I'm really into carpentry and landscaping. And sometimes I like to post photos of beautiful landscapes and carpentry. And I like to speak on the carpentry and what techniques are used to smooth out the wood or what like seeds in the grass that was growing. And they really get good. A lot of people chime in. I get a lot of good information. on it. Now, the only problem that I might have sometimes, my wife doesn't understand my passion for landscaping and carpentry, and she thinks I shouldn't do that if I'm a comedian. But I'm like, yo, I'm gifted. I like different things. And masonry too. I also like bricks and stuff and concrete pouring, stuff like that. So, if you've never followed me, follow me and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the smoothness of the wood and the smoothness of the wood and the texture and mahogany finish.
You gotta go on Leon's page Leon Rogers?
Yes, Leon Rogers. I keep it simple. My
Legit,
daddy
Leon
gave me this
Rogers.
name. I use it for everything.
Because he's talking about carpentry, but
I'm talking about carpentry, landscaping, and masonry, and nothing else. So, okay. God damn it.